This is a great way to add amazing special effects to your images in Photoshop really fast. And this plugin got even better with the particle illusion system. So let me show how to make some magic with it. We have here a really simple image. We have this cool model and we have the background, basically 2 layers. I will merge everything together into 1 layer, convert to smart object and just put the mask right back here. And now I'll show you how you can use Boris FX Optics 2022 to add some amazing effects really quickly with almost zero effort, something that will take much more time in Photoshop itself, and the possibilities are basically endless. So let me show you. Go to Optics. Optics looks like this. It will first ask me would I apply some previous filters or masks. I don't want to do that. And you can see the interface is similar like Photoshop. We have the layers on the left side, parameters or properties that you will see later on the right side. We have the filters down below and we have some presets here and some options above. And really cool thing about this new version is that it supports masks from Photoshop, which previous version didn't support it. So we can now switch mask from Photoshop into Optics, and masks that we created in Optics export back to Photoshop using this button right here. That's amazing. And if I go back to first layer, I can change here what I can see. I can see this instead on black, or we can go to color, channel switcher and put the alpha to 1. So that's another way. Okay, let's go to this. And now let's add some amazing effects. I want to just copy the mask and I want to invert the mask because I want to put some kind, not some kind, but the moon behind her. That will be amazing. So let's go to render and let's go to Luna. And here is the moon. So here to the properties, we can see, we can move this up, we can rearrange however we want. We have lots of cool effects. So we have this, we have plenty of cool things. I will go with this moon. I will make it bigger, so something like this, and we can change a lot of settings for the moon itself. And this is a huge, this software is huge because you can literally do endless things here. So let me show you. Let's move this a little bit to the left, and here we can change the size here or here, etc. But we can change the bumpiness, more texture here, more bumpiness, but I want to go with 0 for this. I want to lower the contrast. Okay, what you can change is a lunar phase, so you can set this however you want. I want to go with full moon, and you can change the color of the moon, etc. So we can change the tint for maybe light bluish, just a little bit, something like that, if you're up to it, or maybe even less. And also we can add a glow, we can see the brightness, the threshold of the glow, etc. So I want the glow size to 0, maybe like that, and go with the brightness a little bit up, contrast maybe like that, and this looks pretty cool. She's jumping from somewhere into the empty sky with the big moon. It's really cool. So this is amazing, and you have unlimited options here. You can choose the overlay and other effects. You can choose the atmosphere. You can really play with this. I will not cover everything. I will just roughly show you some possibilities. Then we can make a new layer, okay? And on the new layer, let's add some really cool meteors. Like there is a meteor shower going all around here. And for that, we will go to particle illusion. This is amazing system when you can add some crazy cool special effects with just one click. So they're divided in categories here, as you can see. There are a bunch of them, but we can go to particle illusion complete, and we have literally thousands of these settings. So endless list. It's not really literally endless, but there are a lot of it. And I want to search like fire. So if I go to fire, you can see how many fire effects we have here. Again, crazy amount of fire. And let's find something interesting that looks like a meteor shower. That can be like maybe this. Okay, and just click it, it's here. And with this we can do a lot. Let me show you. Now it doesn't look much, but this is the key for our success. Let's go to, we have a composite layer, how we'll composite it. We can set the size, transformation, we have particle properties, we have glow, etc. So basically what I like to do, I like to rotate it here. As you can see, maybe something like 45 degrees, okay, 44, 45. Then we can scale it to make it bigger, much bigger, smaller, whatever. With this, we can reset back to the default basically parameters. And we have here a lot of other cool things. We can apply it as it is, or we can change it to any blending mode that we have in Photoshop and use it like that. For certain effects that's better. For some effects I really like to go to classic, and it's really cool. And the time is amazing, because we can go from 0 and have animation, and we can render this animation if we want. So with this we can control which part of animation frame we want to include in our composite, and that's amazing, because now I can say, all right, I like this, and I will go here to live and play with the fire. So maybe more fire, maybe like that, and maybe, let's see, I can make it however I want, however I think it's cool. So maybe like that, and let's position it like it's going off the screen. This one is going right there. And now we can create a new layer and add a lot of other elements, but there is another cool way to add something like this. And this is okay to add new layer at the top of new layer. It will make everything slower, your computer slower, because these are real-time effects. There are a bunch of calculation going on the back of it, but we have particle illusion standalone software, so we can launch it, and in a couple of seconds, this is it. This is amazing thing, and even better is that this is completely free. You can go to Boris FX website, you can find a link down there in the description, download this completely free and play with the particle illusion standalone software and see how you like it and what you can do with this. But Boris FX Optics is not free, and you can take advantage of this opportunity to get special discount that lasts just a couple of weeks from now, 25% off the price. See all the details down there in the description. Now let's go back here and let me show you. Here we have again a bunch of really cool special effects, and I want to go with this one, like a meteor trail. And if I click on this one here, I can see what I can do with this. This is amazing, and I want to make something like this. So basically I can go with the mouse. I can click on this and click anywhere on the screen. And we have a timeline here, we have the effects here, and if I press play, press space on the keyboard, you will see my effect from the optics. It's right here. And also we can go and put, I don't want to unzoom this, but I want to unzoom this to see the whole timeline. And we can go somewhere here, for example, and say, all right, I want this, and I want to click it right here to add the effect. And now we have the start from this position and end here. So we can change the start position wherever we want, but it's not animated. Well, we will animate it really easily. These are the properties of this effect. So we can even expand it to have even more properties, and every single of these parts of the effect, it has its own properties. Though, guys, this is huge, and obviously I will not cover everything, but let me show you really quickly. I want to just play with, let's play with position. So go to position, we can make it 2D or 3D, we can add motion blur, we can add deflector, different force, and crazy things. But let's go right here and set a keyframe. Okay, add a keyframe, like a standard animation, set a first keyframe, then go back and set the last keyframe, but we need to make some changes. So we can move it like this, or we can move it like this. And let's see on which side this effect starts, and go like, this is cool. So we can start it like this, and then we can also make it bigger, smaller, zoom just part of it. Basically we can animate the zoom, we can animate any of these settings. That's amazing. I will not do that. I will just go and add more of these effects. So I will add another one here, and also move it to start somewhere here, and go to position. And I will fast forward this because I will do exactly the same thing. I will keyframe and make these type of effects, but just several of them. Keyframe here, and then Right guys, and see if I press play, you will see how this starts to animate and you can stop wherever you want. So I will stop it here, and this is how I like to look. And you can render everything out on a black plate and then composite it later in After Effects on any other software that you like to composite as a video and make it as a cinematograph and put it on Instagram as Reels, for example, and make everything live with sound effects, and this can be cool. So for example, I'm happy with this, and we can add a smoke, we can add a lot of cool things, but we have limited time here. We can play a lot with this, and this is how it looks, and we can change a lot of things here. We can change time. Again, we can choose any frame that we like, maybe this one or whatever, and also we can add other things. So let's go and create a new layer. Let me show you. Let's add light, and let's go here to lens flares, and this is amazing because we can add some kind of lens flare right here, and you can choose among, see how many of these, I don't know even how many there are, but you can choose some really cool lens flare here. Let's find something cool. Let's choose this one, for example. It doesn't matter, there are a ton of these lens flares, and then we can create another layer and just color correct it really quickly. Again, bunch of cool effects here. You can do practically a lot of things that you can do in Lightroom. You can really adjust this however you want. With the color correct, you have a bunch of presets here, and you can do this like presets from movies, from Frankenstein, from Giant, from whatever you want. And also there is a film tab here, Film Lab, that you can add another really cool correction from other movies, and the list is really huge. And also you can tweak it here however you want. Again, it takes an hours and hours to show you all of that. Fortunately, Boris Effects has a YouTube channel where they're explaining things really nicely, and you can do whatever you want. You can make something like this or whatever. But let me go back to color, and let's go here to color correct. Maybe add a little bit more contrast here. And let's say this is okay. Let's go back to Photoshop. And now we can tweak it further with Photoshop and do whatever we want to get really cool results. So without too much effort, we went really quickly from this image all the way to this really cool looking result. This can be even better, but you need to invest a little bit more time. This is just for demonstration purposes. Let me show you another really cool thing. So you can go from this image really quickly all the way to this really cool stylish looking result. You can even add a flame from the candle here, this gobo effect, and the grain and color grade, like it's a little bit older painting, something like that. And let me show you how easy it is to go with that. So I will open this image, I will load all my previous settings, and let's go from the start. I started with this layer and I created a new layer, and go to particle illusion, search for fire or flame, and just choose one of these. Candle flame is this one. So I don't want to add it again, but let me show you. If I add it again, I can move it. This is the one that I used. So let's put it right here. And again, you have a bunch of cool properties here that you can do and play with them. If you want to export just the particle illusion effect to Photoshop, you need to apply it like here. Go to Composite, Alpha, and Apply Mode, and choose None. And you will have just this. Press apply, you will have this as a black on the black layer in Photoshop. Set it on screen blending mode, and you'll have this result as a separate layer. If you want to do like that, it's amazing. And then after I applied this, there is already smoke here. I can add even more smoke. I went and created a new layer and went for a light effect, and here is where you can have a lot of fun. These are gobo effects. So here in the lights, you can go to, let me show you here, this one, okay? And here you can choose whichever of these windows, or however you want to call these gobos. There are a bunch of cool effects that you can use, but really there are, I don't know how many hundreds of these effects. So I choose this one, this one right here. And you can make it bigger, smaller, you can play with this however you want. You have a bunch of cool effects here, as I already said. And after I applied this, I went for looks. So here I went to Film tab and just choose one of these. I think this 8mm look. Again, you can tweak it here on properties. Bunch of cool sliders here that you can change and nail the look however you want. And this is my final result, and this is what I went with. It's amazing. So let me show you another great example. So we have this image. This is like a composite image of a really cool warrior walking. There are a lot of rocks flying around and whatever. And we can go and use Boris effects optics to add special effects to make this even more dramatic and to play with this however we want. I don't want to apply anything. I want to start from the scratch, and let me show you how you can easily create masks in Boris effects that you can later export in Photoshop if you need it. And this is by clicking on this, and you can choose gradient, spot, path, snap, easy mask selection, and paint. Paint is by painting manually, but I want this easy mask. And by easy mask, you need to select the area that is inside that you want to keep. So I will use my pen because it's faster for me. And then choose this guy right there and say, okay, I don't want, let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this, or anything of this. And now just press this button right here, and in a matter of a couple of seconds, the mask is here. Let me show you, let's reveal the mask. So let's click right here, and this is our mask. So now that we have a mask, I want to invert it on this button and add effect here. So let's go to render. Let's go to this ultra zap. So let's make this bigger and let's make it fit to the screen. And I want to push this right here. I want to push this one right here, for example, and we can add really easily. You can, again, animate this if you want. You can choose whatever you want from these settings, make it wider or less wide, etc. You can go with bolt animation here. So see this? This is really cool. So you can really have a lot of fun here. And there are a lot of settings here. You can change the color, you can change whatever you want. I don't want to do that too much. I just want to have this as a simple composite. And like this, you can say, all right, maybe I will add a new layer. Maybe I want to change some kind of a look, or do something like with these things, or with the color, and then with the color correct, and play with, find something that suits really cool here. Or maybe I want to go to Film Lab and then go to, I don't know, this or that, etc. There are a lot of damaging here that you can add from these cool options. But let me show another cool things that you can go with the stylize. Stylize has amazing options. You can create something crazy like this, or like this, or, you know, you can stylize this however you want. See this, or let me show you kaleidoscope, or where is the let me find the infinite zoom, something like that. I saw it before. No, doesn't matter. Infinite zoom, it's right here. So you can create this infinite zoom effect, and obviously you can play with this, and it has settings. You can do whatever you want, guys. This is amazing. But I don't want to do that. I want to show you one really cool effect that I liked. There is auto paint, and it can make painting out of this, and it's like that. And you have presets here that you can change, or use some presets that it's already here. And let me show you how easily you can change this and tweak it to make it really cool. So we can go with this, we can go with maybe this, or this looks amazing. But let's go with the default, and let me show you with this crazy thing what we can do. We can make the frequency higher, so maybe 400. Okay, the higher frequency, the more details you will see here. Obviously, you can play with the length of the stroke. So here it is. Obviously, you can click here and add more numbers that is allowed here on the slider. Okay, you can play with these things to have something like crazy, or to have more like normal, I don't know. And you can play with other effects and get really cool painting style of effect, whatever you want. But I really love something crazy, so you can make something good looking like that, and then color correct it and do whatever you want. So endless possibilities, really. This is crazy. Also, let's apply this, and let me show you another cool example, and we will stop here for today because I can spend hours and hours playing with this and making really cool effects out of this. So let me show you this example. We have this really cool looking image here, and I have a mask, and if I choose a mask like this, if I go to Boris effects optics, not with a mask but with the layer, and here I can just apply a few simple things. Let me first reveal the background, alpha to 1. Alright, and let's go back to this. And what I like to do, I like to go to particle illusions. My favorite thing probably is particle illusion. I like to go and let's see, these emitters are really cool. Let's use this one for example. So I want to put it right here on a fist, and I want to make it bigger. So let's go here to scale, and we can scale it, and also we can play with the time. So we can choose the frame that we like here. So let's make it even bigger. Let's make like there is some kind of magic fist effect here, maybe some crazy punch, and maybe let's see, 24th frame. Not bad, maybe a little less, maybe much less. This looks cool. Also, we can create another one, and we can add the heads-up display effect that I said at the beginning. Maybe this one, and I want to put it somewhere here. And also we can make it bigger or smaller. We can set different time here and make it maybe a bit bigger, like this. Let's see, yeah, that looks really cool. And also we can create a new layer. We can copy the mask, invert the mask, and put something behind. There are so many things. We can go to maybe some kind of smoke or fire or whatever, and just find something. Maybe this. Let's try this. I don't even know how this will look, but let's make it bigger. Scale this bunch, and let's find. Oops. This is it. Scale it even more. Like there is some kind of explosion behind, and let's see. Not bad, not bad. Let's leave it like that. We can also go and create another layer and add some kind of light effect. This one, for example, we can put it all the way here to the top. We can go and make it bigger. We can rotate it a bit like this. And also now we can go and go to Composite, and we can go and put it to screen blending mode. Let's see. Yeah, I like this. So really easily we can create something really cool like this and add even more effects. And again, you can color grade it here and do whatever you want using really cool one of really cool presets that you can tweak it and change it however you want. And also you can grade it with maybe this or whatever. There are crazy options here. Colors, then we can go to color correct. Now, whatever you want, the possibilities are endless, combinations are endless, and then bring it to Photoshop, and then also maybe add even more effects. But as you can see, this is amazing plugin. It's a huge plugin, and you can achieve a lot of amazing results really quickly, considering that all these effects, all these animations, and whatever you want to add takes a lot of time to do it in Photoshop manually. So here you have a bunch of it. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of different effects. You can tweak it, have a preset panel, you can nail whatever you want, however you want, and it's amazing. I'm using it all the time. I really love it, and I really recommend to all you guys who like to step up your game and to play in Photoshop using this plugin that can be used as a standalone software. Also, you can use it from Lightroom too, to play it in a little bit more different approach, a little bit to step up your compositing or retouching game, to put it to another level using some other tools instead of just Photoshop or Lightroom. So if you want to check it out, follow the link down in the description, and also you can grab this opportunity that will last just a few weeks, 25% off the price using the code that is down there in the description, and you have all the details down there in the description. And also you can grab the particle illusion, the standalone software that I already show you, completely free on the Boris FX website, so check everything out and leave me your opinion about this software down there in the comments below. Are you using it already? Would you like to use it? What do you think about this overall? I really like to hear your opinion. So until the next time, you can check this video out. Have fun experiment. See you in my next fun episode. Bye bye.